So after 32 years of running around with this group, I'll say this is definitely one of the best concert bands that I've ever. But I just want to say, as this band gets better every year, we're also noticing they get bigger. I can remember 1989, this band was 32 here. And that was the whole band, 32 people. And now this year we have 124, right? 122, and it looks like next year's going to be 135, 140, something like that. You know, we went from, back in the 80s, we had marching band, concert band. You know, now this year we have marching band. Then we get to the springtime, we get to this time of the year, the second semester, and we have concert band, symphonic band, indoor percussion, indoor winter guard, 2 jazz bands, percussion ensemble, what else? What? Pep band, yeah, I mean, it just keeps on going, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the reason why I say that is, obviously, as we get bigger, it gets harder to make it happen. And we see Mr. Butler up here working, we see Mrs. Butler up here working, we see the few staff people we have, but the students are the ones who are going to have to do all the work. But what we really need to look at as the parents is, we've got to make it happen for them. When I think about my 5 years as a student in this band, and I think about my 5 years as band booster president, both times are really kind of the happiest times of my life. But the thing that I remember most about my 5 years as a band student was, I didn't have any clue what the parents did. All I knew is, we got out there, we performed, we had a great time, and it was over. And that's what we need to make sure happens for these guys. I didn't know why my dad had all those wrinkles across his forehead. Now I know. But it's our job, going into next year, as this band gets even bigger, we're going to have to work harder and harder so that these guys don't have to worry about those things. You know, they don't have to worry about getting on the truck, getting off the truck, getting set up, getting wherever they've got to go, and the money. And I won't talk about money because we talk about it all the time, but we're going to have to sell everything but the kitchen sink next year. We're going to have to sell that too just to make it happen. This year, I will say, this group, the parents have worked their tail off, and I want to thank them. I couldn't thank all of them for what they were doing. But I do want to specifically thank the executive committee that I had this year. Most of them are here. Richard Mann was Vice President of Ways and Means. Michael Floyd as Vice President of Operations. Donna Barnard, the Treasurer. Dana Paleo as Secretary. Tammy Troutman as Travel Coordinator. And Debbie Dixon as our Special Events Coordinator. So if you will, for me, give them a round of applause for all the work they do. Doug Helmsberger came and said, hey, we're tricking you into being the next band booster president after he had been here for however many years it was. He said, your only task is you have to stay as band booster president until you find someone who can carry it on. That's why I've been here for 5 years, and that's why you've been stuck with me for 5 years. This year, I think I've really found someone who's going to be able to take this group on to continue going with the crazy ideas that this guy and his staff has, and as they continue to grow bigger and bigger, I think we've really found the person who can make this group go on. So I just ask you, as we go into next year, to stand behind the new board that we have. We had the elections the other night, and I want to announce them to you tonight. Most of you already know, but I want to announce our new board to you. Very, very happy to say that the president for next year will be Richard Mann. Absolutely. Vice President of Operations will again be Michael Floyd. Vice President of Ways and Means, and I really hope you'll stand behind this guy and help him, because that in my opinion, is probably, other than Treasurer, the hardest job we got. Our Vice President of Ways and Means is Jimmy Lane. The Treasurer, we are fortunate again to have Donna Barnard as our Treasurer again. The Travel Coordinator again will be Tammy Troutman. The Special Events Coordinator is Donna Powell. And the Secretary's job is open, so that group will still be looking for a Secretary to go on into next year. So again, I just ask you to rally behind those folks and make next year, this I think was probably the best marching band year you've had since you've been here. The concert band, I think, is probably the best since they've been there. So every year they're getting better and better and better. If they're going to continue to get better, you've got to continue to work harder. So thanks a lot, and thanks for the 5 years that you've let me do this silly thing. And one last thing I want to say, every year this concert happens either on my anniversary, the day after my anniversary, or the day before my anniversary, and I forget to say this every year, so since my anniversary is tomorrow, I want to say to my wife, happy anniversary, baby. I love you.